And now, iHeartRadio presents the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida.
If you want to crown them, crown them. But they are who we thought they were.
Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics important to sports fans in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right to my right, if I were in the studio, is Brandon Kravitz. He's the hardest working man in sports talk radio. And of course, the prodigy of production is on the other side of the glass, if I were in studio. Krabby Krabs.
You are in studio in spirit, Mike.
Yeah, but I'm playing hurt again today. 101-degree fever. I'm worried, Krabby Krabs. I'm not going to be able to stay up tonight for the big Thursday night game.
I think you should just accept that reality right here as we sit in these chairs, because a 101 fever, you've got 3 hours of thought-provoking content to spit out to the Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee audience. And for those streaming on YouTube, I think you're going to be worn out by the time you get to kick off tonight.
We have some great prizes today. Text us 50857 Mills, their text line. Use that talkback line on the iHeartRadio app as well. What do we have? UCF, UNC tickets and Dolphins tickets?
Oh, you heard about that. Yeah, we have UCF, UNC, one of our final pairs to give away before we get to the weekend. Of course, that game is not coming up this weekend. That'll be in the following week, but we're still giving away tickets as we get set for that big clash, Frosty versus the Hoodie, and the Dolphins take on the Patriots down in Hard Rock this weekend. We have a pair of tickets to give away on this show, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
Keep listening. We will tell you how you can win those tickets. Right now, though, let's get to some highlights and headlines. I wanted to talk about this story. 4 people have been arrested in connection to the shooting of Florida State freshman linebacker Ethan Pritchard, a local Central Florida kid who went to Sanford Seminole High School. This, according to Department of Law Enforcement Commissioner Mark Glass. Glass said Pritchard was, quote, not doing anything wrong when he was ambushed outside an apartment last month. He added that Pritchard was dropping off family members, an aunt, and a child when he was shot in the back of the head. Pritchard remains in critical but stable condition at Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. He was shot August 31st, right after Florida State's opening victory against Alabama. 3 adults and an unnamed minor have been arrested in connection with the shooting. They've been charged with attempted murder and shooting into an occupied vehicle. Okay, on this 24-year anniversary of 9/11, when this country came together, Kravitz, you remember it like nothing we've ever witnessed in our lifetime. We are now dealing with shootings of college athletes, shootings of school children, shootings of political activists. After 9/11, Osama bin Laden was our biggest enemy. Now we have become our own worst enemy.
Very well said. Awful story. I read through some of the details. It's just terrible. Senseless gun violence, Mike, has become a plague to this country. We were all scared of COVID a couple of years ago. This is far worse, in my opinion. It's hitting us from all directions, too. I just wish that we could all get on the same page. This is impacting everybody. It impacts wealthy people. It impacts poor people. It impacts white people, black people, Spanish people, women, children, Democrats, Republicans. We're all suffering because of gun culture in this country. We've got to find a way to get on the same page, figure this out. Other countries have problems. No one has this problem to the degree that we have it, which means other countries have figured it out and we haven't. And that's something that at some point, Mike, we have to admit it to ourselves.
Yeah, no question about it. All right, let's segue into the big game tonight. The Washington Commanders versus the Green Bay Packers. I believe the Packers are 3.5-point favorites. Huge Thursday night game. Kravitz, I've heard Colin Cowherd raving about the Packers all week long, talking about how they're the best team in the NFL. We had Pete Prisco on our show yesterday. He says he's picked the Packers to win the Super Bowl. Explain to me why all this Packers love.
I think part of it is because it's confirmation bias. I would throw my name in that hat as well. I'm not just saying this because it makes me sound good after the fact. We had a prediction segment prior to the season starting. My predicted Super Bowl this year was Ravens-Packers. Then they come out and they smack around the Detroit Lions, who we all think is a pretty good football team, and they own them. They little broed them in that game, offensively and defensively. So a lot of it is just because a lot of people had already bought into the Packers, and then that just makes you feel 10 times better about a prediction that you already had. I think they're going to go in tonight. I think they're going to dominate for the most part against the Washington Commanders. I like the Packers tonight to win going away. Neither of these teams faced a lot of adversity last week, but the Commanders didn't play anybody. At least the Packers dominated an impressive foe.
Another betting scandal in college basketball. 13 men's college basketball players from 6 schools were involved in gambling schemes, including point shaving and game manipulation. This is according to the NCAA, which announced that on today. Players formerly associated with Eastern Michigan, Temple, Arizona State, New Orleans, North Carolina A&T, and Mississippi Valley State are under investigation for gambling violations. None of the players are currently enrolled at the schools where the infractions occurred. The violations include athletes betting on and against their own teams, sharing information with third parties for purposes of betting, knowingly manipulating scoring or game outcomes, and refusing to participate in the enforcement staff's investigation. This comes on the heels of one Fresno State men's basketball player conspiring with two of his teammates to manipulate his performance, and then got the other 2 players to place bets on his performance. All 3 of those players, it was announced yesterday, have been permanently suspended by the NCAA. Kravitz, it's time. It's time to stop this nonsense and outlaw betting on all college and amateur sports. Bet on pro sports all you want. College and amateur sports, time to outlaw it.
No, I completely disagree with that. But I'll meet you halfway. I'm okay with outlawing prop betting for college athletes. I think that is a bigger problem. I don't think this is as much about game manipulation.
Wait. Didn't I present that to you last week and you said no out, or was that?
I think you said outlaw prop betting, period.
Oh, I thought it was prop. Okay, I thought it was the under prop betting under.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, yeah, that was, you said that was, no, don't do that. It just, if you're going to take away prop betting, you should take away, I'm good with taking away all college prop betting, period, and no college sports should you be able to bet a prop, points, touchdowns, yards, whatever. I'm good with taking all of that away. And I'm good with, in pro sports, taking away obscure end of the bench players. I would completely sign off on that as someone who is as pro better as anyone in this country could possibly be. I don't think that should be available. Basically, if you are someone that is playing a sport that is widely bet on, and you are interested in making $1,000 on a game, your prop should not be available to the betting public. That should not be allowed. Now, for people that are making millions upon millions of dollars, they're not going to shave points. Steph Curry isn't going, I'll go to 29 so that my buddy can make 5 Gs tonight. That's not happening, but it can happen at Fresno State, so it shouldn't be allowed.
But wouldn't it solve the issue if you just eliminated the under on bets? Isn't that where all this is happening? These players are going under what their projection is.
The problem with that, and this is getting into the weeds, so I apologize, but the problem with doing that is that then these sports books are going to juice up the price for the overs, and people that end up betting into those overs are going to be spending more on that than they otherwise need to, because there's no balance. If a sports book, you should never bet into what's called a one-way market, because the sports book is basically saying, yeah, just take this side. We don't need to incur any balance to our sheet, by offering the other side, just take this one-way market. If you are ever offered that by a sports book, you should always turn it down. And that's why it shouldn't be allowed that the sports books can even offer that.
You're right. You are in the weeds. You just lost me.
I know. I had a feeling. I'm sorry.
All right. Those are your highlights and your headlines.
I knew once I went into that, I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to explain this within 30 seconds. All right. Coming up next, it is, of course, a sad, somber day for many of us, or all of us in this country. We're going to dig into some memories that we have and how the football world handled what happened 24 years ago. Look back right here on Game On after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
If I am ever in need of an AC service, I'm glad that it's one thing I never have to stress about, because I know exactly who I'm going to pick up the phone and call, and it's the folks at Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. Think of them as the MVP of keeping your home nice and cool. Whether it's routine maintenance, fast repairs, or a downright emergency, Mills Air keeps your home comfortable and energy efficient all year long, and they've been doing that for Orlando homeowners since 1992. Mills Air is also a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, which means they offer rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always rely on the family-owned and operated Mills Air. The number to call, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
When we guys hear the word hormones, we think that's a her problem. Mood swings, menopause, hot flashes, that's her lane, right? Wrong. The truth is, guys, your hormones crash too. You just don't talk about it. You feel tired all the time. You've got brain fog. You're not interested in sex, or maybe your body isn't cooperating. Sound familiar? That's why I'm talking to you about Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. They treat men and women. They treat couples who want to feel like themselves again. Dr. John Terrazella left his successful practice as a Yale-trained orthopedic surgeon to dedicate his career to what really matters, keeping people at their peak performance for life. Why? Because too many people, both men and women, are suffering and not getting any answers from traditional medicine. Fellas, it's time to step up. Help her get her spark back and get yours back too. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's where all the information is. Hormonesandwellness.com, because this isn't about getting old. It's about getting right.
There's a crash slowing down traffic on Narcoossee Road northbound at La Vista Boulevard. Keep an eye out for an earlier accident on Orange Blossom Trail northbound before Weatherby Road. On the major roadways, you're going to run into some familiar slowdowns on I-4 heading through the city and through that amusement park area. No major accidents really affecting your ride this afternoon so far, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
September 19th and 20th at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Limited tickets still available at AXS.com.
Get yours while you still can.
Get your laundry Vegas ready with Arm & Hammer Power Sheets. Just toss in a detergent sheet. No drips, no plastic jugs, no mess. Arm & Hammer is a proud sponsor of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Clean up before you turn up. Shop Arm & Hammer Power Sheets now.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do.
You know who to call. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
Get ready, Orlando. Fiesta Calle Orange returns Sunday, October 26th. Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with live music and family fun in the heart of downtown Orlando.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job,
your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
If you want your windows there and Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights, because let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey, this is Matt Jones. I'm Drew Franklin, and this is NFL Cover Zero. We're just here to try to give you an NFL perspective a little bit different. Did you see the Colts pretzel? That was my other big takeaway from that game. What was that? Oh, my. We think NFL coverage should be informative and entertaining. And twice a week, that is exactly what you're going to get. Open up your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Cover Zero with Matt Jones and Drew Franklin, and listen now.
This is the beat of sports.
Will you buy tickets to Power? Why not, right? Throw a couple bucks. That's what everybody else says. And now we got $1.7 billion.
All it takes is one to win.
Mr. Cliche is at it again. Yeah. We want to pick fast out there. Want to be on our toes when we jot down the numbers that we're picking. Got to have your head on a swivel when you're filling out the filling out the card there. Can't underestimate the guy behind you in line. He may bring the numbers. You got to stay locked in. Got to have a game plan. Trust your preparation. Yeah, pulling any cliche you want here, right? I got to want it more than the guy in front of me in line. Got to lay it all out there. I'm going to give 110% when I get the numbers here. Of course, you got to stay locked in and focused, you know? You can't peak too early, you know? I don't want to hit the first three numbers. I want to ease into it.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. The Miami Dolphins play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz rolls right along on this Thursday afternoon, AM 930 in Jacksonville. You can find us there, FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee, and right here, home base in Orlando, Florida on FM 96.9 The Game. Streaming everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and on YouTube. Got some good stuff for you planned today. We'll hear from Jamie Eisenberg, CBS Sports Fantasy Guru. Mike and I usually get pretty giddy about that. We'll hear from Jeff Culhane, voice of the Florida State Seminoles, within the hour. And Scott Reynolds from the Pewter Report joins us as well. Got some fun stats regarding the NFL heading into week 2. A lot of good stuff to get to. Right now, it is time for the Daily Coach Quote of the day, our daily source of inspiration and motivation. And today's lesson comes from a unique source, Mike. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy. I think is like 20 years. I think he's younger than our producer. It was an old Chinese proverb that he shared after the game, talking about his game preparation. He said, quote, "It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war." He says that that's his game day mindset. What do you think that means?
It's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. It means always be prepared. If you're a warrior, even if you're not at war at that moment, you have to be ready to go to war at any time.
Don't get ready, stay ready.
Yeah,
I think he Googled it. I don't think he knows what it means. I think he was like, that's a cool quote. That's going to get the boys ready. And he just said it.
It makes me think more highly of J.J. McCarthy, though, that he's willing to pull that out. I think it's a confident person to say something like that.
Be prepared. Yeah, just be prepared.
I just don't know why gardeners are getting dragged in this situation. You know, what did they ever do other than who says they can't fight? They've got those shears, you know?
Yeah, they got a hoe. Yeah.
All right, Mike.
They probably got a couple.
It's still PG radio.
Doubles. Yeah.
Today, all jokes aside, today is a very tough day for us in this country. 24 years ago, the planes hit the Twin Towers. One of those moments where we all recall where we were, what we were doing. Mike, I'm sure that we have had this conversation in the past because we have filled a lot of hours doing sports talk radio together over the years, and I'm sure that we've had shows that have landed on 9/11 in the past, but I can't recall your where you were story. Would you like to share the memory of that day?
It was a Tuesday morning, and back then in 2001, the Gators always had Steve Spurrier was the coach. The Gators always had their weekly press conference on a Tuesday. And I was driving up to Gainesville from Orlando to attend Steve Spurrier's press conference when, I had the radio on and heard the news on the radio, and you get up to Gainesville and Spurrier has his press conference. And of course, he's not talking about football. He's talking about sort of what you said today about, gun violence. He said, "Hey, today they were playing Tennessee that week, by the way. Big game. Today, we're not Gators or Vols or Seminoles or Hurricanes. Today, we're all Americans, and, we need to rally together here and get through this." So Spurrier was very inspirational that day, and that's where I was. And of course, we saw what happened in the aftermath with the National Football League. And I still, you want me to tell the story now?
Well, I just to put it all out there, I always harken back to the day when we all do that. The 9/11, we all think about where we were and what we were doing. Think about the irony. I was in American history. I was in high school. I was a junior in high school when this happened. Wow. I was in American history, and someone popped their head in. I had a teacher that he was really good, but he was almost scripted. Every day it was like a one-man show, a performance. So he did not like to be disrupted, but he was so captivating. He was one of those few teachers that would have everybody's attention at all moments. And somebody popped their head into the classroom and said, you guys need to see what's going on. And he wouldn't break away from it because he was so committed. And this person didn't say what it was, just that something was happening. And we didn't actually find out until the very next period in high school. But it was the original information came all in American history. But yes, I would love to share with the audience that hasn't heard this before, the impact that the NFL had on the way that everything else was handled. Because think about it. It's September 11th right now. We're heading into the third week of college football, the second week of the NFL. And if something that catastrophic were to occur, how would it be handled from the sports leagues that occupy our minds right now? And you have a good recollection of that.
Absolutely. The SEC, again, it was a big weekend for the SEC. Florida, Tennessee, those were the two premier powerhouses in the league at the time. They were getting ready to play. And the SEC came out like the day after 9/11 and said, hey, we're going to play our games. This is what, we need to get our minds off of this. And, the show goes on, all of this other stuff. And everybody was like, what? You're going to play your game? And I still remember Lee Corso, God bless him. Lee Corso just blasted the SEC for going on with their games. And, the SEC sort of stuck to their guns for a day or two. And I don't remember exactly when it was, but the NFL then came out and said, we're not playing this weekend. And the SEC very quickly said, oh, okay, we're not going to play either then. We're not going to play either then. And to me, that showed the power of the NFL. Remember earlier this week when you were asking me if I thought Brendan Bett would be suspended by the Gators for the spitting incident. And I said, well, it depends on if Jalen Carter gets suspended, because if the NFL has a suspension, the SEC will fall in line and college football will fall in line. Well, Brendan Bett wasn't suspended, and I don't think Jalen Carter wasn't suspended, and I don't think Brendan Bett's going to be suspended either. The NFL sets the table for what we do sports-wise in this country.
And that was the day whatever day it was, when you found that out, that was the day that formed that opinion. That wasn't an opinion that you had prior to that moment?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Fascinating stuff. Thanks for sharing that, Mike. Coming up next, Jeff Colhane talks about the phenomenal shape that Florida State is in after yet another blowout win. We'll hear from the voice of the Noles coming up right here on Game On.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
The first week of the pro football season, we saw how important special teams and how they can change a game, a big return, a field goal in the final seconds, a perfect punt that pins the other guys deep. In your financial life, special teams are the unexpected plays, sudden market drops, inflation spikes, or policy changes after an election. That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. They're constantly monitoring the field, ready to adjust your plan so you can maintain and grow your wealth no matter what comes your way. I've got my own special team, if you will, now after moving my old 401k and other assets into a portfolio that Trajan built just for me. Founder Jeff Jr., he's a Marine veteran, and he runs Trajan Wealth with the same focus, adaptability, and mission-first mindset he learned in the service. And just like football, preparation is everything. The market won't wait, but Trajan Wealth will be ready. Believe you me. Call Trajan Wealth, 407-213-0000, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule that free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
They say not all heroes wear capes. Well, that is certainly the case for my go-to real estate agent, Kevin Krager. When you're buying a home, who you work with matters a lot. That's why you need Kevin Krager with LPT Realty on your side. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, and cutting-edge real estate technology. But what is it that truly sets Kevin apart? Kevin's strong background in construction is second to none in the industry. He knows what to look for. You go on a walk with him through a prospective house of yours, you're going to get the most fundamental information about the foundation to the roof line. He is focused on protecting your investment every single step of the way. And then even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin is loyal to his clients. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades, all at cost for those that buy through him. If you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, Kevin Krager with LPT Realty is there for you today. Your future home will thank you.
Help the planet with a tip from iHeartRadio Earth. Marine litter is often the result of poorly managed trash on land. To help prevent trash from escaping from your outdoor trash bins on collection day, keep the trash bin lid closed. Don't overflow it, and put it out for pickup shortly before the scheduled pickup time. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. you get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all to help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in-store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences, like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-fueled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an x-ray doesn't mean it isn't real. We know doctors that specialize in whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. They can help us prove your pain is real and fight for your future medical needs. Farrah and Farrah.
Orlando.
Tired of cookie cutter barbershops and sterile salons? Yeah, me too. At Hammer & Nails Grooming for Guys, they believe today's extraordinary man deserves more than just a haircut. Picture this: premium grooming services in a space that's actually built for men. No pedicure fumes, no take a number chaos, just expert care, craft cocktails, large TV screens. You can watch all the games and personalized headphones, an atmosphere where you can actually unwind. Because when it comes to men's grooming, they don't cut corners. They redefine the whole experience. Hammer and Nails, come as you are, leave as you want to be.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LOCAL to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LOCAL for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LOCAL for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Hey, Central Florida, and happy Thursday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, in all honesty, it's going to be a much drier day. We're only expecting about a 30% chance to have a few hit and miss isolated downpours and maybe a rumble of thunder or two. But really, most of these will stay and hug areas a little closer to the coast. Plan for a high of around 88 degrees, so still staying below normal by a couple of degrees. As we head into this weekend, even drier weather on the way, only about a 20% chance spots of rain. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Get 2 #1 selling bacon cheeseburgers and fast food. Wendy's JBC. Plus medium fries and soft drink for just $8. Total game changer. Order today. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Claim per independent marketing research company.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
1st and 10 from the 42 of East Texas A&M. Fake the handoff, Castellanos. Home run ball again. Looking for Deuce in the end zone. Are you not entertained? Oh, my goodness. His favorite movie is Star Wars. After that play, we got the Deuce Skywalker. Touchdown, Florida State. Touchdown, FSU.
What an unbelievable call by our boy Jeff Colhane, the radio voice of the Florida State Seminoles. You can listen to him call FSU games in Tallahassee at FM 96.5, the Sphere in Orlando, right here at AM 810 Fox Sports Radio. All right, Jeff, I've been raving about that call all week. So tell me the genesis of that call. You knew this information and you were waiting, right? You were waiting.
Yes, guys, great to talk to you, and thanks for having me back on the show. Much like J.J. McCarthy as well, I'm a warrior in the garden every day going to work. But nevertheless, we actually had Deuce on our first coaches show, Inside Seminole Football, with Mike Norvell, August 25th, the week of the Alabama game. And, we get to know these guys and like our fans to get to know them a little bit and not just talk football. And so I asked Deuce what he enjoys doing. Obviously, these guys are locked in, but they're also, human beings and have other interests. And he said he was a huge movie guy. When he has time, he likes to watch movies. And he said his favorite movie or collection of movies were the Star Wars movies. And I mentioned to Deuce on the show, I said, hey, we hope that we see some great moments from you, and maybe we can find a moment where we get to W Deuce Skywalker. And so he laughed at that, and it felt like a one-handed catch in the end zone in a quarter where Deuce had 160 yards receiving, the most of any Florida State receiver in a quarter all time in school history, guys. Seemed like a pretty decent setting early in the year to bust that one out.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. All right, so FSU is making believers of people. Even the hater himself, Paul Weinbaum, said earlier this week he's all in on FSU. I'm wondering if that's good news or bad news for the Seminoles.
Well, I can tell you one thing. The players and I'm guessing the coaching staff probably don't pay a whole lot of attention to Mr. Feinbaum and some of the things he says. But I'm going to take a line from former Florida State standout and 2-time Super Bowl champion Brian McFadden, who's now at CBS Sports. He spoke with the team the night before the Alabama game and after the win versus Alabama. And he said, look, guys, praise is like perfume. You can sniff it up a little bit, but if you drink it, it's poison. Ooh. And so you're going to get people that are going to get back on the bandwagon. Guys, it's early in the year, and while it's been a fantastic start, and the win over Bama was a memory that we'll all talk about as Florida State fans for a long, long time, there is a long way to go. And Florida State's got some tough opponents, home and away, coming up. And but obviously, Bulldog, it's a great start for the Noles at 2-0 right now, and a top 10 team in the AP poll early in the season.
Talking to Jeff Colhane, FSU voice. Hard to take anything too much away from that last game against East Texas A&M. Can you sell me on some sort of takeaway, though? I mean, you're there, you're calling the action. There has to be something when you walk out of the building, you say, I feel good about this.
Yeah, Brandon, I think it's just the overall, the approach of everyone going in. I mean, you knew and what could happen happened. And I think everyone going in as a Florida State fan said, look, you want to see improvements. You want to see a step forward. How do you do that against a team that's just in their fourth year of Division I classification like East Texas A&M is? And I think the answer was you want to see a dominant performance. You want to see as many guys play as possible, and you want to be able to get out of there with very few injuries or none at all. And I think all those boxes got checked. You score 77 points, 10 touchdowns in the first 10 drives of the game, tying a school record. 74-point margin of victory also tied a school record as well. And so while you look at it from afar and you say, yeah, there's not a whole lot there, I think to answer your question, that's what was supposed to happen if you're looking at a team that is trying to regain its sense of self as one of the great programs in college football like Florida State is. In a game like this, the expectation is to dominate. And Mike Norvell wanted that. He said that publicly. He told me that in his pregame interview. He wanted a dominant performance. I would imagine, seeing how Kent State has been the last few years, I would imagine that the sentiments will be similar for next Saturday when the Golden Flashes are in Tallahassee. I think they'll be looking for another dominant performance prior to ACC play. So you're right. There's not a ton to glean, but if you're looking to try and check the boxes, I think Florida State did as well as they could against an opponent like that.
I saw Brendan Sinone share an interesting stat. He said Tommy Castellanos was the second least accurate passer in P4 over the last 2 seasons. Now through 2 games, he leads the country in accuracy rate. What do you think he's doing differently?
Well, I think the big thing, and it's not anything that's secret, one of the items that a lot of people talked about with Tommy while he was at Boston College, it felt like watching from afar that Tommy really tried to be a home run hitter every time he was out there. And when things went bad, they continued to get worse, and they kind of compounded for him. And so I think what Gus Malzahn and Mike Norvell and Tony Tokarz, the quarterback's coach at Florida State, have done, guys, they have continued to preach to him, play within yourself. You don't have to go out and win every single play by yourself. We've got an offensive line we're confident in. We've got talent around you that fits your skill set in this offense. And we've got an offensive coordinator in Gus Malzahn that handpicked you to run his offense this season at Florida State. So there's a lot of confidence that's been instilled in Tommy. He's already a confident young man coming in and has embraced the opportunity to be the leader of this football team. And so I think the key for him, Brandon, is, hey, you don't have to hit a grand slam every time the ball is snapped. Live to fight another day. Throw the ball away if there's nothing there. If you want to get into a scramble drill, great, but get down, slide. We need you healthy. And so I think we've seen that early, and teams will continue to try and put pressure on him, I think, to put him in those situations where he feels like he has to do more. It's certainly up to Tommy as the season wears along to have that same mentality, to play with himself and go make a great play, but also live to fight another day when nothing's there.
Another stat, last thing, Jeff. Last year, Florida State was the 5th worst running team in the country. Right now, they're the 5th best running team in the country. Just talk about the physicality of this team, this offensive line.
Yeah, Mike, it starts up front. And that was the big thing early on in the portal that Mike Norvell went out and identified with Herb Hand was, how are we going to rebuild this thing? Because last year it just wasn't good, as you alluded to, and we all knew and talked about all last season. And so you've got a bunch of veteran guys that have played in a lot of big games. You've got some guys that have played for Herb Hand before, Adrian Medley from UCF. Obviously, Micah Pettis has played in the SEC at Ole Miss. Gunnar Hansen was on the offensive line guys at Vanderbilt when they beat Alabama a year ago and ran the ball in the Crimson Tide in Nashville. And then Luke Pettibone, speaks for himself with his lineage and his football smart. So, that group up front has been tremendous. But I also think that having Tommy with his legs is obviously critical. And then also there is a solid stable of running backs that have been able to fit the mold of what they do best. And Gus Malzahn has utilized those guys the best way that they feel like they can. And then you also enter in a player like Mekhi Danzy, who came to Florida State as a running back. They moved him to wide receiver, but he's still being used in running situations, whether it's jet sweeps or end arounds. And he's, a speed kills kind of guy out along the edge. So there's a lot of different bodied players and different options. And I think Gus Malzahn is pushing all the right buttons through 2 games early in the season.
Jeff Colhane, have a good open week this week. We look forward to hearing you call the Noles a week from Saturday against Virginia, right? No, against Kent State.
Kent coming up this Saturday. Yep.
Kent State,
You
then
got it.
Virginia. All right. Jeff,
You got
thank
it.
you so much.
Thanks, boys. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
All right, we want to hear from you. Text and talkbacks. Text us something funny. Text us something controversial. Talk back as well. We have 2 great prizes: UCF UNC tickets and Dolphins Patriots tickets. Get those texts and talkbacks in right now.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, you want a truck that can handle work, weekends, and everything in between? That's the 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500. And nobody in Central Florida knows Silverados like Don Mealy Chevrolet out there in Claremont. Don started this dealership 50 years ago when he moved here from Maryland. Now his son Jay runs it. And trust me, Jay is a hands-on guy. He'll even give you his personal email address right now. Save up to $11,000 and choose from over 60 Silverado 1500s in stock, from the tough, dependable work truck to the top of the line high country. So there's a Silverado for every budget and lifestyle. Great trucks, good people. That's Don Mealy Chevrolet. Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Orlando's pro volleyball team is hotter than hot. Coming off of a championship season, the Orlando Valkyries aren't just ready to take on their league once again, but another league as well. A groundbreaking deal has allowed 2 leagues to merge into one, Major League Volleyball. The Valks are introducing their 4-match flex plan, the perfect plan if you can't make it to every game. Opening night is included. Any additional 3 games of your choice, it layers in flexibility and savings compared to single game tickets, and the plans start at just $51. If you purchase a season ticket or a 4-match flex plan before September 19th, you'll receive an exclusive invite to the team's kickoff party with Orlando Valkyries players, coaches, and it's a great chance to celebrate the season and connect with the team. And because I'm feeling nice, how about we give away some tickets right now? Text the word 4-pack, all lowercase and one word, to 833-854-5809 to enter for a chance to win a 4-match flex plan towards the upcoming season. Good luck and go Valkyries.
Keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound approaching Central Florida Parkway on I-4 heading through the city. You're going to get stuck in some slowdowns. There's off-ramp back up to State Road 408. And some familiar delays are starting to pile up on I-4 getting through that amusement park area. No serious accidents on the major roadways affecting your ride. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-84.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Bobby Bones here. I know everyone's looking to save this summer. Well, at Staples, your back-to-school budget is saved by the button, the easy button. I'm talking supplies as low as 25 cents. I might have to check those out after this. Pencil that in. Staples. That was easy.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
Guilty. Erroneous. Sustained.
Are you just saying random words?
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We finally switched to T-Mobile because with them, we can be connected here and there.
Listos todos. Estas son.
Now we just need to harmonize.
Switch today. Get 4 Samsung Galaxy S25 phones with Galaxy AI. Plus, get 4 lines for just $25 per line. Visit a store, T-Mobile.com, or call 1-800-T-Mobile. 1-800-T-Mobile. For well-qualified customers with auto pay plus tax and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Minimum 4 lines on plan. Contact us if canceling lines. Plus $5 per line without auto pay. Debit or bank account required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Out here, pets are family. And where you go, they go. So bring them to Tractor Supply.
where our price match guarantee means you'll save on toys, treats, pet meds, and more all summer long. Tractor Supply for pets out here.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Hey, Florida State fans, the purchase of the Florida State University specialty license plate supports scholarships for deserving students. And the university also provides a $25 rebate for first-time buyers. Find out more at mytag.fsu.edu. Go Noles!
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treat. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game, sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
America's #1 app for radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeart Radio app today. The #1 app for radio.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The long snapper for the UCF Knights, Dalton Riggs. I need you to settle something for me. I heard a rumor that during the weather delay that you guys had, which lasted way too long, last Saturday, that one of your offensive linemen ate about 5 Jersey Mike subs. Is that true?
I'll tell you what, man. I did have about 2 myself. I was hungry, man. I had not eaten since like 4 or 5, and I was like, hey, you know, we might be here for a while. I think I could see that going down. I could see a lineman in about 4 or 5 of them.
It was Paul Rubel.
It was Paul?
Yeah. Yeah, he actually said it
awesome,
himself.
Man.
He said that he ate 4 to 5 Jersey Mike subs during the 2-hour delay.
I mean, he had a good second half, so you know, I mean, maybe he needs more.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeart Radio app.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The segment brought to you by Hammer and Nails. You can join us ahead of Monday Night Football for a male grooming extravaganza next Monday night ahead of Bucs Texans. So what they're doing now is we have time slots so that we can get everybody in and scheduled and taken care of in a timely manner. So you get 2 of their free mini services as well as a free drink. And Pizza Bruno, our pizza partner, is coming out to make sure that you're well fed throughout this incredible experience. So imagine getting free haircut, manicure, they massage your forearms, hot towel treatment ahead of the Monday Night Football game. You got a little sip of bourbon and a slice of Pizza Bruno pizza, the best pizza in town. Sounds like a pretty good night. If you're interested in anything I just said, and they're going to be taking care of our listeners between 6 and 8 p.m., just email me, Kravitz at 969thegame.com, or you can send me a direct message on social media, and I'll get you and a +1 into one of those time slots. So, an incredible event put on by our friends at Hammer and Nails. Mike, there's a confession that I read on the text line that's really good. There's also one that I had in my back pocket from yesterday that wasn't juicy enough to actually make it on the air. I just sort of had it. It's just a thought that I've had as a football fan. This isn't, stealing money out of an ATM or hitting on a girl that I see at the bank or anything like that. I don't like watching. Let me rephrase this. I don't prefer watching football games live anymore. I like recording them and then waiting about 30 minutes to start them. And then I get to fast forward through the commercials. This has become my new guilty pleasure. I don't even know if it's a guilty pleasure but it's my new favorite way to watch sports. The fact that you have it all, I don't know what took me so long. It's not like DVR is a new concept. I always felt like as a sports fan, I had to be watching the action live. There's a couple of things that it does. One is it helps me from tweeting something stupid as I'm watching the action in the first quarter and go, oh, this guy's amazing. He's going to be incredible. This team's going to win by 20. And then 5 minutes later, they're down by 2 touchdowns. When you're watching the game recorded, you know not to do that because you're not living in real time. That's just one of the many benefits that it has. But being able to zoom through these zillion commercials
what about ruining, like somebody ruining, the surprise for you, like texting you, hey, how about the Dolphins up 17-3 or.
Well, the thing is, like, I am, look, I'm living in 2025 just like the rest of you. Even though I love watching football, I will catch myself not in commercials, between plays, just instinctively picking up my phone and looking at whatever, a text message, Facebook, Twitter. It's useless. So one thing that it does is it keeps me off of social media because I know that I don't want it to be ruined. Watching the games from behind keeps me off of my phone. I'll put it down and I put it far away so that I don't check it. It's become quite a helpful strategy. How about this one though? This is a really funny one. This was from yesterday. We missed this. It said, girlfriend and I flew to Kansas City for a Chiefs-Panthers game. She had so much to drink that she wasn't allowed into Arrowhead Stadium. I put her in the truck and went into the game and enjoyed the game.
Good for him. Good. Yeah. Let her sleep it off in the truck. Paid good money for those tickets. Let her sleep it off.
I mean, absolutely. I guess if you flew over there, that doesn't sound very safe.
Well, you lock the truck
up. Shame on your girlfriend. Yeah. Hold your liquor better.
I like this one from yesterday. Coach baseball, and it was early in the season. My pitcher was getting rocked. So during a mound visit to break the ice, I said, look at that hot mom in the stands. And the pitcher said, Coach, that's my mom.
Hey, look, it's your mom. Don't you feel better now, kiddo? Whoops. Oh, that is funny. Text in right now. You have your shot at UCF UNC tickets on the text line. Here's what I want you to do, though. Text in a fantasy football question for Jamie Eisenberg in the 5 o'clock hour. So, but I want to know that you want in on these tickets. So text UCF : whatever. Just put UCF in the text message along with a fantasy football question, and we'll ask the guru one of these later on in the show. But one of you
want Dolphins tickets.
Well, we're going to do that at the end of the 4 o'clock hour.
Okay, gotcha. I've got some breaking news, by the way.
Okay, well, we're going to get to that right around the bend, Mike. Right now, we're going to step aside for the fine folks at Fox Sports Radio, get you all caught up with the latest and greatest. We have breaking news coming up in 60 seconds, and I've got some NFL TV viewing numbers I want to throw your way as well. We are back in 1 minute.
Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Broadcasting live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee, it's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Light us up on the Mills Air text line. That's 50857. We're taking talkbacks as well. Love to hear from our loyal audience. Got a cool event coming up in Jacksonville this weekend. Tides Beach Bar and Grill at the Hampton Inn Oceanfront at 1 p.m. right when kickoff starts. Food and drink specials include 2 for $22, 2 hot dogs, 2 beers, 2 well drinks, or 2 glasses of wine. $18 for a burger, chips, and a well drink as well. $18 for a brisket sandwich. Boy, that sounds really good right about now. You also get a drink with that. $18 as well. All sponsored by Planet Radio, AM 930, Fox Sports Radio in Jacksonville, 97.9 KISS FM, and Country 99.1 up in Jacksonville. Mike, what is your breaking news? Oh, whoa, okay. This must be important. We've got breaking news music.
Domestic violence and theft charges have been dropped for former University of South Florida football coach Jim Leavitt.
Yeah, that came out yesterday.
It did?
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see the story anywhere.
Yeah, came out yesterday. You're sick, so I'm going to let it slide. That's not breaking news.
It's not? Huh?
It's not. I knew that yesterday.
I got the music and
I
everything.
probably,
ready.
I mean, this is shame on me for not bringing it up yesterday, but yeah, this came out. This came out yesterday.
Okay. Never mind.
I was on the edge of my seat. I was on the edge of my seat
is.
for a minute. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Tell us.
Yeah, there it is. It's it says I'm looking at ESPN now. Okay,
breaking news.
Here's what I want to know, though.
Okay.
All right, so I just went to AP. I was just on APnews.com. Okay, why is that the lead story? And it says 36 minutes ago when it was.
I would assume that means that they updated it 36 minutes ago, not that they posted it 36 minutes ago.
Okay. Well, whatever. Don't be putting stuff up there and fooling stick men like me, okay? I was sleeping all day yesterday.
No, you're in a rough way. We're going to take it easy on Mike, okay? But I like that Jaden got the music ready for that and everything. That made it so much better.
Absolutely. Make some good music too. By the way, what about the does this assure that he's going to go into the Hall of Fame now? There was a thought that they were going to rescind the Hall of Fame.
I feel like that was on thin ice anyway.
What?
Him being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, he is going to be inducted.
So they're saying that is still going to happen?
Well,
I thought you were asking my opinion on it. I think they might still pull it.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to know.
The news story is still out there. Just because charges got dropped, that just means that legally nothing's going to happen to him. It doesn't mean that perception hasn't been completely tainted for this individual. So they could still take that away.
Plus, I don't think he should have been in the first place after the why.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that I'm viewing this. Is it's kind of an out for USF that this even happened and go, okay, you know what? It probably wasn't a good idea in the first place.
Yeah, but now, if they pull the induction, that people are the Leavitt supporters will say, "Oh, so there's no charges, and you're going to pull his induction. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty?" That's what they're going to say. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's probably true. Somebody said on the text line, it was breaking news for me, Mike.
See.
Somebody else said, breaking news, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are getting married. Oh, another one. Breaking news, Chris Godwin practices for the first time today. Oh, that might actually be breaking news. I haven't seen that one yet. Let's see. We had one earlier that said, I'm disgusted at hearing from BK. Commercial breaks are for checking parlays in a fantasy lineup. Plus, with YouTube TV's quad box, you can just flip to the next game. I'm not talking about when all of the games are on. I'm talking about mostly when there's the standalone windows. Like tonight, I'm not going to start watching Packers Commanders until probably 8:30 or 8:45. and then I will slowly catch up. And eventually, I mean, it won't take me long. By the time we get to the middle of the second quarter, I'll be live with everybody else. But it just, I enjoy it.
What's the difference, though?
What's the difference?
I mean,
What?
You're still going to be watching the game.
It helps me get into the flow of the game without looking at my phone, without live betting, without reacting too soon. It just slows my brain down, and I get to fast forward through commercials. And even if it's just for a little bit, I enjoy. They go to break after a touchdown, and boom, 2 seconds later, I'm watching the next drive.
It sounds to me like this is more about self-improvement, you self-improving your life. And you just mentioned, it gets me away from my phone. So you spend way too much time on your phone. And B, it keeps me from live betting, which means you spend way too much money live betting.
I've cut that down a lot over the years, but I'm just a horrible live better. So even if I do it here and there, it's just always a bad idea for me. So the one way to not do that, you can't live bet on a game that you're 20 minutes behind on. That would be stupid. So it's just, there you go. Hey, if that's one of your pitfalls, then there's your trick. Just start watching the game later. It works.
Whatever you have to do to improve your
it's not about self, but it's not, I mean, I guess it works that way, but it's not about self-improvement. It's about self-enjoyment.
You have Gen Z brain. You need the instant dopamine, no commercials.
Somebody said I get spoiled by fantasy because I'm watching a recorded game. Here's the thing. I used to think like this too. You have your fantasy roster and you feel like you have to watch it. You have to watch your wide receiver who's playing. Like that's going to get him more points. A watched pot never boils, people. Okay. Terry McLaurin isn't going to get a touchdown because you're looking at your phone. It's going to happen or it's not. So just put the phone down. And I'm saying that to myself as I'm saying that to everybody else. I think that this is a sound strategy. I think more people should take this on.
I don't mind the strategy, actually. I don't mind the strategy.
Mike, the NFL is as popular as ever, and it's truly remarkable. In a world where ratings are going down and down and down for everybody else, the NFL just keeps going up and up and up. The NFL set a week 1 viewership record with an average of 22.3 million viewers per game. Cowboys-Eagles was the most watched game at 28.3 million viewers. My question to you is, how is this still happening in a world of a distracted America? And I don't mean that in a political sense, but just what we just said. We're on our phones all the time. There's a million different things to get into. Ratings are going down for everybody else. And yet the NFL is beyond not impacted. They're actually improving their levels of popularity and viewership. How do they do it? And I think the bigger question is, will we ever see the bubble burst for the NFL?
Here's why, and I'll make it geopolitical as well. In a world where we have, in a world and in a country where we have become fractured and divided and polarized, and TV ratings, as you mentioned, there's so many options out there for people to watch. The NFL, for whatever reason, is the one viewing habit that never changes. It's been programmed into our psyche since we were kids, starting on Sunday, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. You could depend on that. And then Monday Night Football, 50 years ago, that became programmed into our psyche. And now, of course, you've got Thursday night games and all of that. But it's the one entity in this polarized country that we live in that sort of brings everybody together. That's my explanation. And less is more. Less is more.
Well, that definitely helps. And you're right. You can depend on Sunday. It's 1 o'clock. I can watch the NFL. I think that with other sports, there are set times, that if you're if you're a baseball fan, don't laugh at this. If you're a baseball fan, you know that when you get home at 7 o'clock, somebody's going to be playing baseball tonight.
Yes, but you don't know who You don't exactly know when.
Well, the problem is that it doesn't feel like an event. I mean, I think the people that are into it know exactly all of those details. But at the most extreme example, and I recognize completely, hand up here, this is very unfair because the Super Bowl is the biggest TV event in the country by a mile. But just to put it into perspective, if you compare Super Bowl ratings, this is from 2 years ago, 123 million viewers on average for the Chiefs and the 49ers. The average viewership during an NBA Finals game is 11 million. For the World Series, it's 9. For the Stanley Cup, it's 2. And this isn't me denigrating those sports. They have their fans. They are incredibly popular. They print money. Just look at the guaranteed contracts that the players in most of these leagues, not the NHL, are signing. But you go from average viewership of 123 million down to 11 for the next most popular sport. I just think that sometimes we have to take a step back and truly try and wrap our heads around how big the gap is from the NFL to everything else. Everyone else is such a distant second. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, the Ohio State-Texas game, I believe that got like 16.5 million average viewers.
And that was I think that was a record, some sort of record for college football.
It was the most watched week 1 college football game in history.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So
college football is the only thing that comes close during the regular season.
We'll read a few more of your text messages in the next segment. And I have a fact or fiction, some fun stats that I've found for this weekend in the NFL. I'm going to pitch that Bianchi's way as well. More Game On coming your way right after this.
After what happened to me on Labor Day weekend, I will forever be a Ziegler air conditioning guy. My AC went out on Labor Day weekend. It was steaming hot outside, 96 degrees. Had some friends over, and I'm thinking, oh, great. The day's ruined. So I called Ziegler Air Conditioning's emergency line. Somebody actually answered, and he was over at my place within an hour and a half. Fixed my AC very quickly, and boom, I was cool again. I've said this many times. There are 2 types of businesses that you want to have somebody you can trust. You want to have a car mechanic you can trust, and you want to have an AC company you can trust. And you can trust Ziegler Air. Unlike those other companies who send sales advisors with their techs just to push new systems for a big commission, Ziegler doesn't do that. Their technicians are paid well to do great work, not upsell you. There are a lot of AC companies in Orlando, but Ziegler Air is celebrating 40 years of cooling Central Florida. 40 years of honest, reliable service. So when you're hot and need help fast, call the people I trust. Ziegler Air, 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
Let's talk about Pizza Bruno. This place is top notch. I mean nuts. Sorry, I can't get the garlic knots out of my head. You want meatballs, you want salads, you want fresh ingredients in every single mouth-watering bite. Pizza Bruno is your spot. Try my personal favorite, the spicy Stetson, crunchy pepperoni, big dollops of ricotta cheese, and hot honey. It is so good. 3 locations in Central Florida, Edgewater, Maitland, and on Curry Ford Road. Visit pizzabruno.fl.com and work up an appetite.
You might get caught up in some delays due to a couple accidents on Florida's Turnpike southbound, just past that Hancock Road exit. The left lane's blocked southbound before US 192 exit. There's a crash block on the right lane. Emergency crews are on the roadways. Move over and slow down. There's a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound at Central Florida Parkway getting cleared up there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
September 19th and 20th at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Limited tickets still available at AXS.com.
Get yours while you still can.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treat. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Mount Dora is where the ultimate barbecue collides with bacon, beer, and smooth bourbon at the Pitmasters and Pourers of. Join us on September 13th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park. Enjoy great food along with live music by Naomi Bradshaw and the Dot-Coms and performance by Savannah Savino, interactive entertainment, college football viewing, and more. Sponsored by Discover Lake County, Yingling, and Clinical Research of Lake County. Tickets $17 in advance and $23 at the gate. Special Pit Pass tickets available. Pitmastersandpourers.com.
Get ready for an epic engagement event at International Diamond Center. 3 days, September 19th through 21st. IDC's flying in the entire collections, all the newest styles from both Tacori and Veragio. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. Tacori and Veragio, the world's two premier ring designers, together on the IDC stage with special incentives or zero interest financing through 2028. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by true California artisans with exquisite detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Veragio, unique, distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Veragio ring at this event and get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with a matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Also, check out new fine jewelry from these renowned designers. Let the experts at IDC help you find both the perfect ring and the most dazzling diamond during this incredible 3-day event. Get the guaranteed best price, up to $1,500 in savings, or interest-free financing till 2028. It's September 19th, 20th, and 21st. Only at International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennium. On approved credit.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an x-ray doesn't mean it isn't real. We know doctors that specialize in whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. They can help us prove your pain is real and fight for your future medical needs. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
If you want your windows there in Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows Indoors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Week 1 of the NFL season was wild.
J.J. McCarthy runs for a Vikings touchdown.
The new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Fantasy advice and expert analysis.
We got you covered with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Games.
Got 'em.
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers.
The adrenaline is still pumping as we hit week 2.
And we've got 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
Just open the iHeartRadio app and search NFL to dive in.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Help 96.9 The Game and AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando save lives by donating blood on the Big Red Bus this Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Everyone that donates will get a free ticket to SeaWorld Orlando, Powell O Scream, and a one-of-a-kind Halloween t-shirt. Get more info on our event calendar at 969thegame.com. Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
What is up, party people? The Thursday show rolls right along. I am so excited for this game tonight. This is really good. I think, if I remember correctly, sure I could find this in my notes somewhere. The NFC Championship game that I predicted was the Packers and the Commanders. So I'm very excited about both of these teams. Very much looking forward to tonight's game.
Me too. Breaking news, though, the Magic have traded for Desmond Bain. Ever heard of him?
All right, hit the music. Hit the music, Jade. Now we have breaking news. Lee Corso on College Game Day has officially decided to hang it up. He is retiring. Oh, man, that's tough.
Don't make me laugh.
Okay. All right. Hit the music. Oh, my God. Did you just see this? Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers is signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I can't believe it. That's going to change everything in that division. All right. Moving on.
Still the lead story at AP News, by the way.
It might be an algorithm thing. They might know their audience with you being the Florida sports news junkie that you
think
are.
That's what it is?
I think it's possible that that's what it is. Yeah. Do you check that site often?
Yeah, it's one of my go-to sites.
Okay.
AP
Yeah, they know. I mean, the internet knows.
That's
How about a little bit of fact or fiction, Mike? I found some really cool stats for this weekend in the NFL. We have Scott Reynolds from Pewter Report is going to join us in the next segment to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have a big Monday night game against the Houston Texans. So tonight, a game I'm all juiced up about that I will be watching 30 minutes after it starts so that I can fast forward through a couple of commercials. My new thing. So I'm gonna spit out some statements to you, some stats, some bits of history, and you have to tell me whether or not I am making it up or it's true. Fact or fiction? No Washington quarterback has won at Lambeau Field in nearly 40 years. Is that fact or fiction?
Well, I know. I'm glad you mentioned Lambeau Field because they have won, just not at Lambeau Field. They won in Milwaukee when they played the Packers in Milwaukee, but not Lambeau Field. So that would be a fact.
You are correct. That is a fact. I found that on ESPN Stats and Info's page, but I'm trying to figure out the last quarterback to win at Lambeau. So I'm going to type that into the Google machine here. And do you happen to know who the quarterback was?
That won in Milwaukee?
The last Commanders quarterback to win at Lambeau Field.
Oh, I would say probably.
Sounds like Theismann.
Sonny Jurgensen, maybe?
It said 40 years, so I'm thinking it's probably Joe
40,
Theismann.
40 years, okay. Yeah, probably Joe Theismann or... Yeah, I would say Joe Theismann.
All right, how about this one? Fact or fiction? Tua and Mike McDaniel as a combination have only beaten the Patriots once. Fact or fiction? With Tua playing and Mike McDaniel as his head coach.
So with Tua actually playing in the game.
Yeah.
I would, well, since Tua probably has missed some of those games, I would say fact.
That is fiction. The combination, ready for this? This should give you an inkling of Dolphins confidence, perhaps. Tua and Mike McDaniel as a combination haven't just beaten the Patriots once. They're 4-0 against the New England Patriots. They've never lost as a combination against New England. Fun stuff. Fact or fiction, Patrick Mahomes has never lost 3 straight games in the NFL.
Patrick Mahomes has never lost 3 games in the NFL. Fact.
That is a fact. And if he loses on Sunday to the Philadelphia Eagles, it'll be the first time that it's ever happened. And ironically enough, 2 of those games beats the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
You'd have to go back to last year in the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs have lost the last 2 games that they've played in, with the game against the Chargers and then the Super Bowl. That's never happened. Fact or fiction, Brian Thomas Jr. averaged more points with Mac Jones as his quarterback last year than he did with Trevor Lawrence.
That would be a fact.
That is a strong fact, and it is it's a little bit troubling, Mike. So here's the stats behind this. Brian Thomas Jr. with Trevor Lawrence last year, 3.8 receptions per game, 66 yards. With Mac Jones, he had 6.5 catches per game, nearly 90 yards per game. And in week 1, Brian Thomas Jr. in the pass game was a non-factor and was out-targeted by Travis Hunter, their 2nd overall pick. I do fear, and I'm a Brian Thomas Jr. guy, I do fear that this is a trend that could continue. It's one I definitely want to ask Jamie about.
So what, you think that Trevor is intentionally not targeting?
I'm not saying it's like some, like, hey, let's hold his stats down kind of thing. I think Trevor Lawrence doesn't fixate on Brian Thomas Jr. the same way that a backup quarterback would, that Trevor Lawrence just wants to find the open man, and he's not concerned with getting his number 1 receiver X number of targets, whereas a backup would come in and say, where's my number 1 guy? I'm just going to throw it to him. I'll even force feed him if I have to. I think maybe I'm giving Trevor Lawrence too much credit in saying that. All right, one more. Dak Prescott has won 10 straight games against the Giants. Fact or fiction?
Oh, that's fiction.
That is fiction. But he is 13-2 against the Giants in his career, so it's not too far off. Coming up next, Scott Reynolds from the Pewter Report, been covering the Bucs for 30 years, to tell us what he saw in week 1. And we'll take a look ahead at Monday Night Football right after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Speaking of Monday Night Football, we'll be out at Hammer and Nails in Windermere right before kickoff of the Bucs and Texans game. That one gets started at 7, by the way. Tired of cookie cutter barbershops and sterile salons? At Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys, they believe that today's extraordinary man deserves more than just a haircut. Picture this: a premium grooming service in a space that's actually built for you. No pedicure fumes, no take a number chaos, just expert care, craft cocktails, large TV screens with personalized headphones, and atmosphere where you can actually sit back and unwind. I went there in the middle of the day a couple of weeks ago. So relaxing. What a great way to break up the middle of the afternoon, go and get lunch afterwards, and you walk into work feeling like a brand new person. Because when it comes to men's grooming, they don't cut corners. They redefine the whole experience. Hammer and Nails, come as you are and leave as you want to be.
Week 2 of the football season starts tonight with a mega game between Green Bay and Washington. And you know what makes big games even more fun? Prize Picks. You see, Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy, where you can turn your steaming hot takes into cold, hard cash. All you do is pick more or less on a player's stat projections, like Trevor Lawrence's passing yards or Bucky Irving's rushing total, and in less than a minute, your lineup is set. That's it. Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, which means even if I miss one pick, I can still cash out. Plus, withdrawals are fast, safe, and easy. Tonight, I've got Jordan Love with more than 226 passing yards and Jaden Daniels with less than 47 rushing yards. And don't worry, if one of my players gets hurt in the first half, you're protected with their injury reboot policy. Get in the game with me. Download the app today. Use my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Out here, pets are family. And where you go, they go. So bring them to Tractor Supply, where our price match guarantee means you'll save on toys, treats, pet meds, and more all summer long. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
What if you could get big bank muscle with small bank hustle? Big bank convenience and small bank connection. That's First Horizon, bringing together the best of big and small to help you on the road to your horizon. Visit firsthorizon.com/get-it-all.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
We finally switched to T-Mobile because with them, we could be connected here and there.
Let's watch a movie.
And we have Netflix included to enjoy our favorite shows and movies.
¿Qué tal está? Bacanísima, pero ya la vi.
Now the hard part is getting them to agree on a movie.
Switch today and get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI, all on the best network in the U.S. Visit a store, T-Mobile.com, or call 1-800-T-Mobile. 1-800-T-Mobile. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla. Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025.
Hey there. You hear that? Right. You don't. That's what it's like to order food for your workplace with EasyCater. No hold music while you wait to place your order. No tapping as you type in special dietary instructions or long, complicated searches for options in your budget. No crinkling of paper receipts. Just...
Dang, these are some tasty sandwiches.
EasyCater, the better way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. I especially love El Campeon, the Champion. It was founded in 1917. It is one of the most tradition-steeped courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Bianchi sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. You can also play pickleball, tennis, rent a boat at the marina, and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. Also, Mission Resort would like to invite everyone out to the Howey Artesian Market, your local destination for all things handmade and homemade on September 27th. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., rain or shine. Make hotel reservations, golf tee times, and get information on the Artesian Market at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, your next great escape is closer than you think.
The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
State police say mistaken identity may be to blame for the ambush shooting of Florida State football player Ethan Pritchard. 4 people are in custody now. Buccaneers wide receiver Chris Godwin is reportedly recovering from a procedure to fix hardware in his ankle, and he could make his debut in Week 5. And Week 2 of the NFL season will kick off tonight with the Green Bay Packers hosting the Washington Commanders. Both teams coming in at 1-0. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
We are awaiting word from Scott Reynolds from the Pewter Report, talking some Bucs football here on a Thursday afternoon. Got a lot of texts for Jamie Eisenberg coming up in the 5 o'clock hour from CBSSports.com. Gave away some UCF UNC tickets in the last hour. Mike, what do you say as we await Scott Reynolds? I tell the folks out there how they can win Dolphins Patriots tickets for Sunday down at Hard Rock Stadium. We are trying to build up this YouTube channel of ours. We are live right now as we speak. If you want to see the video version of Game On, we're live right now. Just search 96.9 The Game on YouTube. No spaces, 96.9 The Game. If you comment on our video, I don't care what you comment, but if you comment on the video, you will be you'll be eligible for Miami Dolphins tickets as they take on the Patriots on Sunday. Desperate to get a win. Both teams are actually.
How about this, Kravitz?
Okay, go ahead.
I have a photo on my desk behind me in the video. Can you see it?
I can see that there's a photo. I can't make out what it is.
If you were, when you get on YouTube, can't you blow it up?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, tell me who that photo is of.
I think you could do that with a photo. I don't think you could do that with a video.
Oh, you can't? I don't know. I don't know how the YouTube machine works. I didn't know if you could like freeze it and then blow it up, sort of like you did.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll take guesses. Throw that in the comment section on our YouTube channel. What do you think that is a picture of behind Mike Bianchi's head to his left, if you're watching? And if you guess it right, or at least come close, then
two of my favorite musicians. I'll just give you a hint. And it's got an autograph on it.
So. Okay. All right. It doesn't look like we're getting Scott. So I want to go back to the text line for a moment. 50857 is how you can reach us. Somebody said, BK, you're go ahead.
I wanted to ask you a question, but go ahead to the text line.
It said, BK, you're a psych major. You and I both know that you're rationalizing. I think they're talking about me watching the games, watching football games. I started doing this season, watching games about 30 to 45 minutes after they start.
Yeah.
I'm just all I'm trying to do is lose less bets. That's all. This isn't like some admission of an unhealthy addiction. I have a very healthy relationship with sports betting, but one of the things that I'm just bad at is live betting. I'm not good at it. It's not like it's an issue. It's an issue because I lose when I do it. So I don't want to do it. Yeah. So that's my rationalization. What's your question?
My question is, you're Mr. NBA. This LA Clippers story to me is getting very, very troubling for the NBA because the story broke today that, Steve Ballmer's the principal owner of the team, but there's a limited owner, a minority owner with the team who reportedly sent nearly $2 million to a now bankrupt company that allegedly gave Kawhi Leonard an endorsement deal for a no-show job. So this limited partner sent $2 million to this company less than 10 days before Kawhi Leonard was paid. Are you ready for it? $1.75 million by the company. All right. So the minority owner's name is Dennis J. Wong, a limited partner, invested $1.99 million to Aspiration, which is the name of the company, 9 days before the company made a $1.75 million payment to Leonard. The payment to Leonard was late, according to the payment schedule, as the company was reportedly having financial troubles. This is all according to the podcast Pablo Torre finds out. It sure sounds to me, Kravitz, like there was some shenanigans going on here. This company paid Kawhi Leonard in total about $28 million for an endorsement deal, but there are no indicators that he endorsed anything. Okay?
Yeah.
And the company is late on the payment to Leonard, and lo and behold, one of the Clippers owners sends the company almost the exact amount of money that the company owed to Kawhi Leonard. Does that seem strange to you?
It all seems very strange to me. I think the thing that really throws me off with something like this is that Kawhi Leonard signed a deal where he's guaranteed $150 million over the course of the contract.
Right.
Is that not enough? Is it worth it to circumvent the cap to the point where I get that $20 million, even for a millionaire, even for a multimillionaire, is a lot of money. I understand that. But at the point where you're already making over $100 million over a couple of seasons with the Clippers, is it really worth it to jump through these hoops and to do these back alley payments so that you can make a few extra bucks, which to us is life-changing money? To him, it's not. I don't get the purpose of this.
But this isn't Kawhi Leonard isn't on trial here. It's the Clippers that Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing in both directions to me.
No. The player can easily say, which is what Joe Smith said back in 2001, when he who was the team that Joe Smith?
The Warriors, I think.
Anyway, Joe Smith said, "Listen, I didn't know that this was, illegal by NBA teams. They just offered me this extra money." That's exactly what Kawhi Leonard is going to say. They just offered me this extra money. And so it's not on Kawhi Leonard to say, "Oh, why am I getting this extra money?" It's on the Warriors for giving him,
or the Clippers.
The Clippers for giving him this extra money.
I don't understand it from either direction. Why, if Kawhi Leonard, I assume the way this works is Kawhi Leonard was in these meetings where he is being pitched on joining the Clippers and maybe even threw out some requests. And I would think that he requested more money and they said, "We'll pay you this. We're going to pay you this part from somewhere else." And he said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll do it that way." Why he feels the need to do that, and then why the Clippers can't look at a superstar NBA player and say, "We're paying you a max salary." Like, how is that not enough money? I don't understand this.
It was the Timberwolves, by the way, with Joe.
It was okay. It's to me, it's an unnecessary tip. It's like tipping the Starbucks person.
$28 million plus the agents involved. He's going to get his share of that $28 million. No, there's something going on here.
Yeah, I always turn my nose up at greed. Text in or hit us up in the comments section on our YouTube channel, and we're giving out Dolphins Patriots tickets right now as we speak. Coming up next, we'll get through more of your texts and talkbacks. 50857. Mike, we have a doozy of a talkback that Jaden and I cannot wait to play for you after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Are you ready? Are you ready for an epic engagement event at International Diamond Center? It's 3 days, September 19th, 20th, and 21st. IDC's flying in the entire collections from both Tacori and Baraggio. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. That's right, Tacori and Baraggio, the world's two premier ring designers, together on the IDC stage with special incentives or zero interest financing through 2028. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by true California artisans with exquisite detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Baraggio, unique distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Viraggio ring at this event and get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with the matching wedding band, get a $1,000 gift card. Also during this event, IDC will showcase hundreds of pristine pre-owned Rolex watches, all the popular models, some never even worn before. All the premier brands in one place, September 19th, 20th, and 21st, exclusively at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford, and Mall at Millennium.
If you're not just looking for good beer, but one of the best beers you'll ever try in your life, I encourage you to check out the menu over at Hourglass Brewing. 2 locations, one in Longwood, one near downtown. They call that their district location. Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery that did make the best beer ever, Zoneheads 35, and hopefully at the end of the year we get another batch of that as well. And they crank out the hits on the daily. If you love beer, no matter the type, IPAs, that's my flavor, sours, lagers, they have something for you. I guarantee that. And if you want to save $1 or $2, stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wine, ciders, seltzers. They've got something for everyone. Cozy up to the bar. Get to know their incredibly friendly staff. And again, they've got 2 locations that you can frequent. One in Longwood in my neck of the woods and also on Curry Ford Road. And stay tuned for more information on Game On Happy Hours, which will be happening over the next couple of months. It's Hourglass Brewing. We'll see you there.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound approaching that Osceola Parkway exit. Traffic slowing down on the Turnpike southbound just past that Hancock Road exit due to an accident. That's off to the shoulder on I-4. You're going to get caught up in some delays getting through that Champions Gate area, and there's some congestion heading through the city there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
The competition has been thrown for a loss. Every day, Southern Nissan Orlando tackles high prices and passes the huge savings. Right now, you can get 0% APR financing on the brand new Rogue, Pathfinder, and Murano. And check this out. You can get $4,600 off MSRP on the brand new Pathfinder. You don't want to wait. Score your new Nissan today at Southern Nissan, located in the Big Corner, Colonial Drive, and Chickasaw Trail. Online, you can find them at OrlandoNissan.com. Get to Sutherland Nissan today.
Ready to order.
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-fueled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah & Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game, sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Sports betting has never been easy, but betting exchanges can make it a whole lot more profitable. and nobody does it better than Better Edge. So transparent, so honest, and user-friendly as well. Better Edge gives you that little extra advantage that you need to be a profitable sports bettor over the long haul. I've said it many times. I've been on sports for a long, long time in my life, but I didn't start making money until I started using Better Edge. So come and bet with me and some of the sharpest sharps around over at betteredge.com or on their mobile app. Better Edge also has different forms of competitions, including a Beat Brandon challenge that I put together every single week. It's tons of fun, and it puts the power back in your hands as a sports fan. Sign up for the first time. You'll get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon at sign up. That's betteredge.com. Promo code BeatBrandon at sign up over at betteredge.com. That's promo code BeatBrandon for $20 upon your first arrival. Your premier social betting marketplace.
This is the beat of sports.
If you're UCF, do you know how important the next 4 years are to win in football? The current media deals for the Big 12 ends in the 2030-31 athletic year. The Big 10's current deal ends in 2029 and 30. And if you're to play out an Ohio State president or what others think about, hey, who gets the biggest ratings and maybe we want to look at some super league. If you're UCF, 2025 to establish a new foundation, 26, 27, 28 going into a 29 season. You don't want to be averaging 4 or 5 wins, because if somebody decides, hey, we're going to do something really funky beginning in 2032 and we're going to pick our X number of teams, you better start being relevant on a national level, because if not, and they start thinking about the most valuable brands of the time, I'm not trying to add more pressure, but that's pressure, man.
Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Bet it or forget it coming up in 7 minutes. Your favorite daily game show. We'll have that for you. This segment brought to you by Burn Pest Control. I got to turn the video stream back on. There we are. Oh, Bianchi's blowing his nose.
Blowing my nose. Yeah.
I could have waited
Perfect
another
timing.
second. Jaden,
Perfect timing.
Yeah, so I was a little bit early on that. Burn Pest Control. Joe doesn't just treat the pest problem. They solve it. Keep your home protected from the bugs all season long with Burn Pest Control. Tell them that Bianchi and Kravitz sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. What is this? Oh my God. We have breaking news.
Don't do this.
This is unbelievable. Scott Frost has returned as UCF's head football
Wow.
coach.
Wow.
That's a mind-blowing development that we have learned. That's
Love
crazy.
having Frosty back in town.
That's really exciting stuff. We'll have to spend some more time on that in the 5 o'clock hour. We're getting a lot of guesses for the picture behind your head on the YouTube channel.
I like the first one, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Nah. I said 2 of my favorite musicians, not 2 musicians who combined for the worst song in the history of music.
How about this one? That's a nod to the bridge right there. Bruce Springsteen and John Lennon. Is it that?
No, but that's not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess. Okay,
I can't believe it. I can't believe people don't know that me being from Gainesville, Florida, and whose family knew this famous musician wouldn't be able to guess at least one of the musicians.
Well, Brian Troutman, who we met at the Zone Heads fantasy draft at Wing House, he gave us Steve Yeager baseball cards, which was so cool.
Mhm.
He's the one who gave us the talk back about having what did he do? He peed in his Corvette or something like that.
He peed in Steve Yeager's
Convertible. It was a convertible.
Convertible, or yeah.
He is guessing that it is Tom Petty and Bob Dylan behind you.
Boom.
Nailed it?
Boom. Yeah.
Brian, you are good. He is good, and he wants
Get it too and show it.
He's gonna grab the
See?
picture.
Yeah, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, they were in concert together. It's got a little guitar pick from Tom Petty right here. Right here. And then it's got a
Wow.
little autograph to Mike. Our best, TP. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool, and it's autographed to you. That is something special. All right, Brian. I mean, Brian has been cleaning up with the prizes, so
Yeah, good for him.
Well, we'll get him. We'll get you hooked up. Dolphins Pats tickets, and then Brian, we're gonna have to have a cooling off period. And he's winning all of these legitimately. He's just very good at these contests. It's
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right. And we have a talk back that you have got to hear. This one came in. Jaden, do you have a name for this individual? I think Oh, this is from Brian. Okay, we gotta play this.
Guys, if you expected your wife of cheating on you and you followed her and she came out of a store by herself and fell and rolled around like she was in pain, would you blow your cover and go over and help her? Or would you just let her lay there? Thank you. I'm loving the show.
That's a good question.
It's a good question, but it should be a pretty obvious answer. You
If
got to
you
blow
sus-
your cover.
If you suspect her of cheating, well, it's not like she got hit by a car. She just fell down in the parking lot.
When she's writhing in pain, even if it's not that serious, you're just going to go, well, she'll call me. I think it's a bad idea. Well, all of it's a bad idea, but I think the right thing this is about right and wrong, Mike. This is a morality question.
I had a friend one time who suspected his wife of cheating, and in fact, she was. And he got some sort of telephone device where he could listen to the phone calls. Yeah, which I don't even think is legal, but he put it might be legal if you put it on your own phone.
Well, I think I would think that you would be able to legally spy on your spouse. I don't think you could do that to other people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
But
ask,
anyway,
I'll
yeah,
ask the real radio people. They know the answer to that.
Yeah, he got the conversations of her and her boy. Yeah, the cabana boy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm sure that was pleasant. I wouldn't even want to hear that. You know,
right.
That's awful. Somebody asked the question, which is the best rookie to we're getting a lot of the Jamie Eisenberg questions. We gave away the UCF UNC tickets earlier on in the show. Somebody said I don't play fantasy football. I'm so bad at it, I just can't play anymore. You can't be that bad. You just set a lineup, see how it goes, roll from there.
I say if you're bad at fantasy football, it's because you don't try.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
I mean, you don't update your lineups. You just roll with the same lineup week after week. You don't, if you have a bye, you don't replace the player. Those are the really bad players.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like you're out there calling ball plays. You know? You're just setting a lineup, and as long as everyone is healthy and participating, then you're eventually going to trip into some wins. Another person said, which is the best rookie to start in fantasy football in your opinion? Of all of the rookies, Ashton Genty didn't have a great week one, but I mean, he's still at the top of the list.
Emeka Egbuka.
Oh my God. He looks like such a star. Absolute stud. I was going to ask, I was basically going to spend the whole Scott Reynolds interview asking him about Emeka Egbuka anyway. So, you can just, guess.
I don't think it's Egbuka.
You think the G is silent? Egbuka?
I think it's in fact, I went on YouTube the other day and listened to some calls, and I think the G is silent. I think it's Egbuka, Emeka Egbuka.
Speaking of YouTube, we are hopping off of YouTube right now so that I can cut up some clips and throw out some short form content. We're going to take a step to the side on air for the folks at Fox Sports Radio. We're back with Bet It or Forget It next.